starting with PowerPoint 2007 and then moving into PowerPoint 2010, you really have a lot more image editing capabilities. So I used to have to go outside of PowerPoint to do some of my graphics editing. Now I find that I do most of what I do with my graphics in PowerPoint. And that's pretty much because I'm doing kind of simple stuff. But the point is, I don't have to leave PowerPoint anymore to do that. So you've got a few things that you can do. If we look at some of these here, for example, if we look at the image right here, you've got this ability to add different filters on there. So here you can colorize the image, you can change that. Something that's really popular in PowerPoint is, well, it's actually not in PowerPoint, but working with the images. And it kind of works great when you're doing presentations. If you look at the bottom line down here, it's this ability to kind of add a color shift or a tone to images. One of the things that I like about that is, one is it's nice, you know, I build e-learning courses, so it's nice to take images and apply the same color shift to represent different modules or sections within the course. Another way it really comes in handy is, most people I know, and it would be the same thing for me, is you're working with a limited budget, so sometimes you might be taking your own photos and you want to bring those into the course. The problem with taking your own images is they don't look like they all come from the same set. So if you go to a professional photographer, you know, their images all look like they belong together. So using a color shift like that's an easy way to take an image, create the images yourself, and then apply this color shift to kind of offset any of the inconsistencies or imperfections in the image. The other thing that you'll notice is that PowerPoint has these new filtering effects here. So when you look at that, you see that here, you've got this ability to apply different types of filters. So you can do blurs and pencil sketching, all sorts of things. And then down at the bottom you can see when you bring in an image, you've got some pre-formatted options with frames and shadows and all of that. So a lot of really neat things that you can do in PowerPoint that you couldn't do in the past. But really when you bring an image in there, you can modify the image. And then the nice thing is, once you make a modification, you can right-click and then save that modified image as an image. So at this point you're not using PowerPoint to present content. You're using PowerPoint as a stage, bring images or content in there, create an image, apply some shadows, apply different effects to them, and then right-clicking and saving them out as an image. So at that point you're using PowerPoint as an image editing application. When we look at just some of the, I just created a couple, three different ways you could apply something like that. So the first one, if you look at the image here, kind of going back to the taking your own images, sometimes you run into some inconsistencies, so you apply a filter to that, and then you can take, in this case I just applied a simple like paintbrush type filter. It cleans up the image. So if the image isn't quite perfect, the paintbrush effect cleans up the image a little for you, and it's something you can apply to all the images in your course. So even though the images and the source of the image might be different, the fact that you apply the same type of effect adds some continuity or consistency through all those images that you might use in your presentation or if you're building e-learning courses. Another thing, if you look at it, it's kind of cool, is this right here, is this kind of cutout effect. That's really easy to create, and it's a popular effect. So if you're using PowerPoint, you just use one of the free-form tools, and you trace around the image, and then you fill it with white and put a little shadow behind that, and now you've kind of got a really nice magazine cutout effect. It's a popular effect right now. It's really easy to do, and it looks really dynamic when you have it on a real colorful or bright background. And then here's an example where we might take the image, apply one of those framing things on here. We crop the image so we just get the head. Now you've got kind of a nice little document or something that would work great to emphasize some information. Or, you know, for example, if I were building an e-learning course, I might start with this Edward Smith, the manager, and then later throughout the course maybe we're going to his personnel file and we've got this picture of them. But the fact is, it's not so much how you're doing these things. It's more about PowerPoint giving you the ability to do that because of the image editing capabilities in PowerPoint.